Hey guys, welcome back to a brand new video. Today we're back on Monster Hunter World again doing a solo guide. I know I've done a lot of these, I apologize, but I have to get through all the cast, of course, so that everyone can get a chance to experience the characters and how to do the guide, just in case anybody's stuck. So that's why. But today we're going to be talking about Kushala Daora. He's one of the 3 dragons that you find in the Footprints quest, where you can track the ancient dragon's tracks. He is located in the Elder Recess. Now, I said this in my last guide when I talked about Valhazak, but if you need help on trying to find where the tracks are, you check one of my previous videos. I did a video on how to get those 3 tracks the fastest, so definitely check that out if you need it. And now that that's over with, we're going to talk about the sociology report and move into the recommended gear. So let's get started. So going off the sociology report, it says that Kushala's head, legs, and tail are his weak points, with the head, wings, and tail being breakable or severable. If you're wielding a melee weapon, you definitely want to aim for the head, and for ranged weapons, you should aim for the tail. You can aim for the legs, but they do the least damage, and obviously you want to maximize as much damage as possible. These are the best places. Over to the right, it shows the elements and ailments. The recommended elements you should be using against him is Thunder and Dragon, Thunder being the best. And if you're using ailments, definitely want to go for Poison or Blast. Going off the recommended gear, obviously weapon and armor are your choice, but I would mostly focus on good defense regarding your armor. But for the equipment, you're going to be using Mega Potions for obvious reasons. The Vitality Mantle is also a good idea to negate some incoming damage. And probably the most necessary thing for this whole fight is Flash Pods. If you do need some Flash Pods, there are usually some Flash Bugs. I believe there's about 3 of them on the left side of Wildspire Waste, usually towards the top or middle of the map on the left side. You can go and farm or you can also farm these at the harvesting plant area at Astera. Those are probably going to be the most necessary. If you do want to bring anything else, that's completely up to you, but these are the 3 things that I recommend. Now that is over with, we're going to be looking at Kushala's moveset, as well as the areas you can fight him in, and see if we can get a little bit of a tactical advantage. Let's start with the moveset. So first up in his moveset is this little quick attack where he swings his head a little bit and shoots air that will do some damage. It's nothing crazy, it's pretty easy attack, it's one of his basic ones, and will only happen if you're right in front of him, but nonetheless, it is a move he has, so definitely watch out for that. Kushala will also tend to fly in the air most of the time. This is where the Flash Pods will come in, but we'll get to that. He will leave a mini tornado where he is before he takes off. You cannot enter this tornado, and if you get too close, you'll be knocked away and you won't be able to move for a bit and being open for an attack. You can only enter this tornado if you have the Rocksteady Mantle, but that can only be achieved from a Hunter rank 50 quest, so if you're watching this, I'm assuming you're not there yet, and it's all good, because neither am I. While in the air, his most common move is the dive bomb, where he tries to plow you over by flying toward you. Simply sprint jumping or rolling in general, we good enough to dodge it. Also, while in the air, he will try to shoot wind at you. This does a tad bit of damage and knocks you back. You could just sprint away from these or dodge roll like normal. He will also try to dive bomb you before landing on the ground, so definitely watch out for that. Another move he likes to throw in while he's on the ground is 2 quick forward swipes, which will always go to the right and then to left, like in this clip shown. While in the air, Kushala can also fly up to you and try to scratch you with his claws. Obviously, dodging will avoid this from hitting you. One huge move that does some damage is this air blast attack, where he stands up on his hind legs and then blows air at you like a cannon, dealing tons of damage if hit by it. Quick note, though, at any time Kushala is in the air, you can flash pod him to bring him down and get some free damage. Just like in this clip, he gets in the air and immediately gets put back down by the flash pods. I've also been told that Bright Moss can also work if you shoot him in the head with it, but I've yet to accomplish this. And now that his moveset is done, let's move to the areas you fight him in. So the first one that I fought him in is this decently open area, and the only really useful things in there is a couple ledges to either hide from Kushala if you need to heal, or mount him. The next area is this huge open area with a downhill slope. It is actually the same exact area that you'll fight Uragan in, but on the floor there are some explosive Neurotoads and Paratoads that will either do blast damage or paralyze him, depending on which one you choose, and I believe there's also about 3 or 4 of them in this area, so definitely use those when you have the chance. You can also use the sliding attack on this really long inclined or declined slope, do some damage as well, or mount him if possible. Next area is also this crystal room. In the area there are some crystal bursts. You can use his slinger ammo against Kushala. This will stun him for a bit if he's in the middle of an attack, as well as little plants that when cut will give you health if you need some extra health super quick without having to use a potion. Also, someone on my Nergigante guide mentioned that there is a crystal on the ceiling that does some crazy damage if it lands on him. I couldn't find it on the map, but I assume you just use a slinger to knock it down, so definitely look up at the ceiling and use that to your advantage. And then lastly is his nest. This place is a little bit difficult to fight him, but not too much, only because the mini tornadoes he makes blocks paths, because obviously you can't walk through them, and since it's an open area, it's not as open as opposed to the other areas we fought him in. You don't have too much room to fight him, but to get there you'll have to climb all the way up from the top. You can use the wedge beetles at the very top to fling yourself, just aim at them and press B or circle depending on what you're playing on. And regarding the area, He sleeps on this rocky place in the middle, and you can use that to ledge him as well if you get up there and he's on the ground, as well as the area behind you with some much higher elevation. You can also use that same spot to do a sliding attack as well. And that's it. I hope this helped you beat Kushala Daora. He's not really hard in my opinion. He does like to stay up in the air a lot, so that is one of the big problems. When I fought him the first time, it took me a very long time to fight him. I almost ran out of time. But the flash pods are definitely a very necessary thing to keep the fight going and not stalling while he's just flying up in the air doing moves that you're clearly dodging. But with that, guys, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please sure to give it a like if you did. Subscribe if you're new. I cover a lot of Monster Hunter content. So far, I'm doing a lot of solo guides. I'm still finishing up the other characters as well, and the other ones in the Hunter rank 29 and 50 stuff that I'll be covering once I get to that. But then I'm also going to be doing some other Monster Hunter content when that comes by. So definitely stick around for that. So like I said, subscribe if you're new. My 2 most recent Monster Hunter videos are going to be popping up on screen. If you guys need to check those out, it's completely fine with me. And with that, guys, I hope you have a great rest of your day, and peace out.